Alright guys, welcome. I'm just going to do a tutorial. I'll try and do it as quick as I can. I'm going to split it into two parts. But the tutorial is on how to download and use Dayz Community Offline Mode. And then once you've finished with that, once you've finished placing your objects and everything in the offline mode, you would then go to get that into your Dayz server. So let's begin. So the first thing you're going to need to do, you'll need to do a couple of things. But first thing you need to do is go to Google or whatever search engine you want to use. Obviously go to your internet, your web explorer, whatever you use, and just type in Dayz Community Offline Mode. It may just work if you type in Community Offline Mode. You'll come up with a GitHub link. Sorry, it'll come up with a GitHub link, and it'll come up with this page. But if we just go back, you'll see this. It's by Arkansas. So Dayz Community Offline Mode, yeah. So you want to go onto that link. Once you're onto that link, just scroll down a very little bit. You've got the offline mode here, but sorry if you just said anything. I'll post them bin. You've got this clone or download link. Sorry, I can't speak this morning. You got this. So just click on this little arrow, and then just download zip. Then what that will do is just download it to your desktop or wherever you really want to use it. I find downloading it to your desktop is just much easier to work from. So once you downloaded it to your desktop, I'm not going to do it because I've already done this. But once you've downloaded it to your desktop, you'll get this like Dayz Community Offline Mode. Okay, we can't expand that, but this says Dayz Community Offline Mode Master, Mode Master. You'll get that, but you'll get it in a zip file. So what you want to do is, if you don't already have like a WinZip program, WinRAR, I use BandyZip, but if you don't already have something that can unzip a file, just Google a zip program and download one for free. There's plenty there. Once you've got that zip program, unzip your folder, and then you'll get with this folder, this main folder. Now, what you want to do is, if you open up your file like Explorer, where your files are, and just go to this link, or not link, but this file path, your C drive, Program Files 86, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, Dayz. Now, yours might be installed on a D drive, E drive. It might be installed somewhere else, but you just want to go to this file where your Steam Apps is, Common, Dayz. Once you're in this file, double click missions, and then it comes up with this. Now, as default, you won't have all three. You'll just have this bottom one, Dayz Offline.Chinaris Plus. You need to put these two in there. Now, these two, if we just bring that to that side, these two, one of them is this. So one of them is this one that you've downloaded and unzipped. Now you can just drag and drop it in there. It's up to you. Myself, I don't like to do that because I like to make sure I've got a backup. Now it's easy enough just to go on the line and download it again, but I like to right click, copy it, and then I've always got that one there, backup, untouched, default, so if anything goes wrong, that's there. Then what you do is you go into this folder, and then you right click and you would paste, and then it would put in this one, the master folder. Now I've already got it there, so I'm not going to do it. Now you can then do this two ways. You can double click into this master folder, go to missions, and then you've got this offline mode.Chinaris Plus folder. You can right click, copy it, or you can do the same. Let's just go back to the mission folder, or the one that you downloaded on here on your desktop. You can do it this way, go into it from that way, right click, copy, or again just drag it over. Doesn't really matter. I just like to make sure I've got a backup of the original in case anything goes wrong. So once you're in there, you just right click. So let's just go into that again. Go to missions. Then on this folder, right click, copy, and then paste it in there, and then you've got three. Okay. So as default, you'll just have this bottom one. Move that. This bottom one as default, and then you'll have these two. Now, I'm not 100% sure if you do need this master one in there. A video that I saw a while ago, the person showed it putting it in there. So I guess you need to, but I'm not entirely sure. But what you do need is you definitely need this second one, this offline mode Chernarus Plus. So once you got that, click into it, and it brings you up with this. Now, what you need to do is you need to deal with this Dayz Community Offline Mode batch file. So it's a Windows batch file. This is what starts it. Now, you will need, actually, not yet. I'm going to go ahead of myself. If you right click, you should have right click, edit. Click on it first, right click, edit. Okay, let's just maximize that so you can see. So you got your little start bar. Now if you just scroll all the way to the end, now this from the speech mark all the way to the end of here, builder statics won't be here. It will just end at equals true. Okay, you want to put this in because what this does, now you will need to go to the Steam Workshop. So let me just go to that first. So you'll need to come to Steam, go to your Dayz Steam Workshop, and just search builder. If I can type right, just search builder, then enter. And then you got on the top here, you got builder statics, builder items. Subscribe to both of them, and make sure they're fully downloaded and installed. Then, so they will then obviously if we just bring up a second one, they will install basically to the same path. If we go to your Steam apps, common, they'll go to the same path, Dayz, and then but these will go into the workshop. So they'll go in alphabetical order. So we've got builder items and builder statics are right there, them two. So they'll go there. Okay, and then so what this does, if we open that, what this does, so you need these little speech marks. Then you want to do dash mod equals. Now I will put this line into the description, so you can just copy paste it. But you will need to make sure your folder path, your mod path is the same as mine. So you got this exclamation mark workshop. So if we go back to our mod page, you can see exclamation mark workshop. That's what the file's called, where the mods are. It should automatically do that. You shouldn't have to type it in or anything. It should just automatically be set. Okay. If it doesn't, I think you can just right click in here, new folder, and you would just type that in, but probably with a capital W. Okay, you would just type that in. Okay, and then you could just make sure. Let's just delete that. So if it wasn't there, just type it in, and what you need to do is you then need to make sure the mods go into here. So the mods will also download to where are we looking? If you use Dayz Launcher as well, they'll also go there. So you could right click, copy the mod, right click, copy the mod, go to Steam Workshop and paste it there. But there should also be maybe not. Workshop. Yeah, if you go into your Steam apps, workshop, content. Now I think Dayz is this. I'll just make sure. See what mod this is. Yeah, that's a mod for the Dayz. So what you would, that's probably why that one, I think 596. Yeah, builder statics. So a good way to make sure you know it's the right mod is, so I've got the 596, so I find the one that ends in that. But a good way to make sure is just double click on it and click on meta, and it'll tell you the name of the mod. Right, so what you would then do is you right click, copy that, copy there, then just go back to Steam apps, go back to common, then Dayz, and then in your newly made workshop folder, you would then right click, you'd paste it, and then you would just right click on the mod that you just put in, because it would be numbers. You'd right click on it and rename it with @ and then builder items or builder statics. Yeah, so hopefully that's, I've not lost you there. Okay, if I have, if you do need to do that and I've lost you, just hit me up with a comment and I'll go through it a bit more better. But so back to tasks. So you got Dash Workshop, you got the mod, so that's the folder name. So once we've right clicked and edited on this offline mode, so you got the exclamation mark workshop, then what you want is the backslash and then the mod name, @builder items or @builder statics. It doesn't matter which order. Then this semicolon or whatever this is called above my cursor, you put that in and then repeat again for the next mod. The dash workshop, where it's located, backslash @builder statics or @builder items, whichever way you put it. Then once you've got that, and I will put that in the description, so you can just copy paste it. Once you've got that, file, save. Then you can just close that down, okay? So that's like step 2 done. So once you've got the offline mode folders in the correct place, once you've then gone in and edited the start back line with the mods, and what them 2 mods do, builder items gives you a lot more objects to play with, and builder statics lets you get names of items already placed on the map that you couldn't, and I'll show you that. So once that's done, what you then need to do is go into missions, find this one, a slightly longer one, and double click on the start back file. Now this is going to take just a couple of minutes to load on my system. Depending on your system, if you run an SSD or a M.2 drive, it'll probably be pretty quick. I don't, so it's going to take a little while. So I'll be back with you once it's loaded. Alright guys, so finally logged into the offline mode. So you'll get greeted in this first person mode. You can move around, and then I've got a button on my mouse, but you can change the camera view look and you can see your character and you can move around. But the first thing what you want to do is if you press insert on your keyboard, now this takes you to like bird mode, camera mode, where you can zoom around and go to different parts of the map. So what I like to do is, for this, we're going to go down to Bloater, just because I was going to go to Northeast Airfield, but we're going to go down to Bloater because there's one thing there that I wanted to show you with that builder statics mod. So just go down the coast, down here. So now this is Cherno or Bloater Apartments, Cherno Apartments, whatever you want to call them, and the airfields are right here. So as default, like, this is one area that I like to change. You've not really got much. You got a tent there, you got like a watch nest there, whatever you call it. A couple of tents there. Oh, sorry, it's lagging a bit. A couple of tents there, a couple of tents there. So there's not much. I like to edit this. So let's just go into one area, because this ain't actually going to go onto my server. And yeah, speaking of that, part 2 will be, obviously, if I've not already said, how to get this onto, like, sort out the server files and just make it look tidy, and how to get items to spawn within the objects. That'll be part 2, and the reason that'll be part 2 is because I don't currently have a server yet. The server I did have, I stopped it, but I'm thinking about starting another one. So that part 2 will come fairly soon, but maybe just after Christmas. So for now, we're just going to show you the first part. I'm just going to do it down here. So once you got to the area that you'd like to sort of start working with, and again, I can put stuff around this area, then I could go over here and put stuff around this area, go all the way over here. You could put stuff anywhere, but just go to where you'd like to start for now. Okay, and once I've done stuff in this area, I could go to another area and put stuff. But myself, to make things easier, I just like to start in one area And you'll see why I like to start in one area. Um, I like to start in one area and get that sorted. But I'll show you that at the end of the video, why I like to start in one area. So, sorry guys, I got my throat this morning. It's always in the morning. Right, so once you're happy whereabout you are, we'll go a bit, yeah. Press Y. What Y does is brings up this tool tab. Now, first thing you want to do is, you'll notice you've got all your health stats down here. First thing you want to do is click on this G and just click God mode. Make sure it's got a tick. Okay? Now, you got God mode, you can see your stats going up. Now, you could make that your very first thing. So, before you even press insert and start flying around the map, you could do that straight away. But you do have a little while before you're going to die. So, the map a little bit. You've got no rush to do that. But before you really start building, I mean, if you just got a quick thing you want to do, place one or two items down, you may not necessarily need God mode because you won't be that long. But just put God mode on, it's good practice. Then what you want to do, these you can just like teleport to places if you want to. You can change the weather. For now I can see fine, I don't really need to do anything. So, go to OB, this is your objects. Now, also at the bottom here, if you click on this little crane symbol, it'll give you the object info. So you can see we've got a land fuel station already on the map. I believe I placed that at Green Mountain because I was trying something. I was just trying something for an ATM just to get coordinates before I let my server. So just ignore that. That'll be blank. In fact, we can just clear it. We don't need it. Okay. We can just clear it. And like I said, anything you do place on the map, when you exit out of this and come back to it, them objects will still be there, okay? But once you've already got them placed into your server, you don't really, and you're happy with it, you don't really need to keep them. You can just delete them. You can keep them there if you want. But yeah, anyway, let's get into it. So I want to click buildings. I want to put some buildings down. We're at military place, so I want to put some stuff down. Now, you can search like I've done, or you can just scroll through a list and it'll show you the object on the right. Some objects don't actually have an image, so you kind of just got to spawn them and see what they are. Okay. Let's just put that down. So, you can click cursor if you want, and it'll put it on the map. Like so. Or clear that, or what I do is I click ground and it puts it into this object list, and I like to work with it from there, but I like to work with one object at a time anyway. So what you then do is you click on it, drag it. So look around with your mouse, move around with your keys, like your arrow keys. Let's put this there. So you'll notice I'm not rotating it, it's just moving. But when I rotate it, come over here, and on this you could, I don't know, type in a number. Oh, that's actually perfect. But, you know, you could type in your number and see where it goes. So that's basically perfect. You could type it in, or you could just get your mouse over here and scroll up or down on it, and you make the little fine adjustments. So I want that, just for test purposes, somewhere next to that. And then somewhere. So that'll do. That's far enough back. I think that's straight enough. But if you wanted it like going level with the sandbags, you can rotate it, okay, and that's fine. Pitch will do the left and right. You generally don't want to mess with that, and maybe unless you're placing some like crash objects down, like airplanes or something, and you want to make them look like they've crashed into the ground. Roll, again, you don't really need to mess with that unless you're messing around with some crashed objects or something, but this does your up or down. Or maybe if you want a bit of scenery that's not quite level, you mess with that. But let's put it back to 0. So these, you got position X. If you scroll on it, moves it left, like back left, or if you scroll the other way, back to where you come from. Okay. Position Z does the opposite, so towards me left or away from me right. Okay, but you can usually get it where you want to with the mouse. I think that's probably okay. Oh, there. Okay, so we got that. Then the one that you might want to mess with a little bit is position Y, and this does your up or down. So as you saw default, I think it placed the barrack there with the 2 steps. I like to just go down a little bit, just so it's about that level, and you can get in. I'll show you get in, and you can still access all the rooms. So I like to go to about there. Now, if you do get in and the scenery is coming through the floor a bit, just raise it up a little bit, okay? Just put it back to default or something, to whatever you're happy with. Now, once I've got that there, you can go ahead and, say, get another barrack down, another object, just put that anywhere you want it to, okay? So once you've got all your objects down, what you can then do is, if you press escape, right, and then press insert, okay, it puts me on the thing, you go back to your character, okay? You go back to this. So, make sure this all works. You can see a little bit of grass coming through the floor, no big deal. Yeah, it's no big deal because I've placed that, I think, on a bush. Even if I was to raise that to default level, you'd still see that bush and some of that grass. Okay, maybe I just do need to raise that a little bit. Let me just have a look. So, if you come into it and you do need to make some more changes, just press insert again and Y. Go back to your objects or click on your let me go to where I want to see a bit better. Oh yeah, if you move and use shift is where your camera moves quicker. So click on the object I want and then click on Y and just just want to go down a little bit. I think that looks, can't really see. Right, I think that's probably alright. So if I press escape, insert, let's try now. Oh, it's quite, yeah, that is quite, I mean, you can get up here, it's fine, you can get up here. So you still got that. But as you can see, you can fully get into the rooms, open the doors, and then when there's loot in here, once it's on your server and there's loot, you'll be able to access the loot. But yeah, you can still see a bit of grass, but really, I think where I placed it on the long grass, I'm going to get that. I don't really want to place it no higher because it's just going to look odd. It's going to be off the ground. Really, that's a bit too high as it is. But yeah, but you can see, if you need to make changes, just press escape, you press insert, Y, and you just go ahead and make your changes. And then once you made your changes, you press escape, insert, oh, okay, I'm on the thing, and then just go around it, walk around it, and make sure it's alright. This should be fully alright, because it's just custom on the map, but you can see. So once you know you can access everything, what you then need to do is, if we just press Y again, actually I don't think you need to press Y, but you can press Control and S to save it. Is it? Yeah, or if you click this crane option again, you can just click save. I think even export works, but I just prefer Control S. It says copy to clipboard. Once that's done, now this is where I did mention it quickly at the start, you need Notepad++, or any sort of notepad, but Notepad++ is really good. It's free. It makes things a lot much easier to work with. What you then need to do is come to it and Control V, and the Control S, what you just copied, just pasting it. So this spawn function will, I can't really show you this bit now because this now is going to lead into the server. I need my server, so I can explain a little bit, but this now will go, this bit I've highlighted, including the first / will go into your init file in your server, and it will go above the void main, so at the very top. This, you can also place, I do this a different way, just to make the files a bit neater, but this you can also place in your init file, I think below or above the mission, I can't remember exactly, but this will go into your init file too. And if you want to, you could name this, I was at Belota, or Belota, airfield, just so you know where them objects are. Now, this is the reason why I like to work in one area. Say I went all the way over to the northwest, or northeast airfield, and I put a load more objects down, right? It would spawn the 2 objects here I've got at Belota, but then the other objects would be at the northeast airfield. Now, if I placed, I don't know, 20 objects here and another 20 objects or whatever, and I wasn't keeping count of what I placed, you could look at these and think, damn, which ones were at Belota, which ones were at the northeast, because it'll copy it in one go. But doing it this way, I know all them are at Belota, so I name that. Then what you could do is you go back into your editor, go over to the northeast airfield, put a couple more objects down, control asset, yeah, come back to your thingy, Control V it again, and because you've already got that, you don't need that. And then, okay, I know these 2 are the same. Now, because you Controlled S it, now what you probably get, unless you've deleted these 2 off the map, you'll still get these 2. So you'll get these 2 and a load more. Now, these 2 will be the bloater because they're already here. Look, you can match them up. So you could just get rid of them, delete them, and then the other objects that you got placed at the northeast would be the northeast ones, and then you could just name that, say, northeast airfield, whatever, okay? But keep these / there, okay? And then just have a little gap. I don't think you need that big, but just make sure you got a gap. And then that's all you do, and then you'd obviously save it, okay? Make sure you save it. But if you go back to the this, and then just clear, not export, clear it. And then if you say Control S now, come back to this, Control V, now you'll see this is empty because I've got no objects on the map. But if you go and place, if you clear it and then go to the northeast, you'll just have the northeast objects. You won't have the ones at the Bloater airfield, if that makes sense, okay? But anyway, guys, one last thing before I do go, I do need to show you. Okay. Insert. Is these are prime. So at the minute, these I can get the names. I've got so if I click on them, I've got the names of them, but without that static object, build a statics mod, I wouldn't get the names. I would just be able to click and move them around. Okay, I wouldn't get the names. But now with the static objects, build a statics, I can get the names, and I can think, okay, I want this barrier 6 meter one. I could just type H barrier, and they all come up. But you could just type in the name and get it, and then place it on the map, and it doesn't interfere with what's already placed because these, it moves them. I'm not copying them. I'm not making extra. This, I'm making extra, look. So it gives you names of items already placed on the map. So if you think, yeah, I want these sandbags, I want to make a little sandbag area, a little tent area of sandbags or something, yeah, you could do. You can also type in, because they're part of the builder mod, you can type in BLDR, and it gives you a list of all the builder items. Yeah? I want that chair. You know, you could just do that, yeah? So that's what the builder statics mod does. And then the builder items gives you the list of all the extra mods. Yeah, so builder statics is, if you got an object in the map, like you think, damn, I can't get the name of that, you know, I want to put that down on the map somewhere. It's because you've not got builder statics in. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. It just gives you a lot more freedom, a lot more availability, and how you customize your map. So anyway, guys, I hope that helps. I will see you in part 2. Like I said, I don't know how long it'll be. There's a couple of things I need to pay for first and sort out, but then I will get my own server, and then I will make a part 2 of this. So until next time, guys, any questions that you have, just post in the comment box. I was going to say discussion, but it's the comment box, and I will get back to you. But yeah, and then I'll also leave the links to the community offline mode, the bit that you have to do for the little start bat file that you need to paste. I'll leave all that for you. So until next time, guys, bye bye, and have fun.